we've got footage from 2 days prior on that Saturday that we never got to go over. So, or yeah, yeah, it was the Saturday footage. So we're gonna go over that tonight. So hopefully you guys have some good stuff to review from that day. I think this is when Danny hurt his own back.
Yes. Yes, it was.
If he can't hurt a training partner, he's gonna hurt himself. So yeah, this is right at the beginning. I decided to start getting away from collar ties on this round and looking more for kind of over under position. You'll see me right there. I get an underhook on Danny. I want to start using this kind of fight inside the pocket and looking for some reactions on foot sweeps. There, I almost got something. It was this inside trip, a Kouchigari, where if my leg was a little bit lower towards the ankle, I could have pulled his leg forward a little bit more, and then using my upper body connection, taking him down in this direction. So I didn't quite get the move I wanted out of it, but it was there. What's up, Inoki? No, damn it. I have that note written down somewhere too. Let's go look at that. Of course, you're gonna call me out on it right at the beginning, make me look like a jerk. Now I can't even find my notes. Whatever. I will. I promise I will look at it this time. And we got Andre and Nick too. Let's see that takedown again. So Andre shoots in this underhook and is really trying to. Okay, he pulls it back. Never mind. Kind of a Russian tie. Back to the underhook. Back out of the underhook. Looking for the foot sweep to pick up the leg. And Nick chasing the back down. Nice. Yeah, staying pretty top heavy there on that chase. It's enough to get Andre to call it quits. Seriously, where are my notes? Is it this one? Yeah, see, I have it written down. I swear. I'm not going to show you all my notes, but... All right, so we got Nick crowding in behind the legs. Or, oh no, I'm sorry. He's stepped through, so we have Andre almost entering into a single leg X Rimiyashi position. I'd like to see Andre taking the knees one way or the other in that situation. That's how you're going to get Nick off balance there. Either reaping across, which, you know, don't reap too hard. You know, taking the legs across this way, or pointing the knees out that way and engaging your hips. That's going to get your opponent off balance. Or just reap the shit out of the knee. Danny with a nice little cow catcher there. Get me turning.
And Nick is in on that leg and hits a nice cutback to break Andre down.
What did Ben and Andrew do there? So Ben gets the double ankle sweep. And I don't know what Andrew did. Ben looks like he's dealing with some level of pain there. I'm not sure. Why is it a joke? What do you think is so funny about it, Cole? Prup Daddy. He's got the biggest abs. His abs are big. So Danny taking me over here. And then, yeah, okay, yeah. Just trying to see how I scrambled up out of this. So as Danny gets me turned, I deflect the revert or the rear, reverse inverted triangle he goes to do. Arm over the back and start to get my hips up. He traps me in half guard, but I can kind of get stable here and not worry too much about it. Jump into mount and start putting on some pressure. I think this is where he ends up hurting his back. I know at some point he goes to bridge and his back seizes up on him. It ain't no six-pack, that's for sure. Andre looking pretty well balanced there. Where's Prup Daddy? Cole, did you train Saturday? Are you just in the bathroom? Ooh, Andre looking quick. Onto the rear naked strangle. Does he get it? He talks about training. Damn, Nick fights out of it. All right, let's go back real quick. So, all right, so Andre caught in half guard, uses the threat of the guillotine to get past the guard, and then a quick step over, taking advantage of that exposed back off the mat. Quick hand switch. That was nice, man. Nick had a fight on his hands here because, I mean, Andre's done that to me and absolutely caught me there. He's really quick on setting in that strangle, like immediately. See a little bit of early hand fighting. What's up, James?
What's up, James?
Oh, yeah, we did train. That's right. Slaxon. I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm going to go with Slaxon, but you'll see me beat up Cole later. Little old me. Is that why you salivate every time you see him? Yeah, there it is. It's Danny. So like right here, Danny bridges right there, and his back's like, oh, I'm done. So proof that I didn't hurt him. He hurt himself. He's too powerful. Meanwhile, Andrew and Ben. Let's see. Hold on. Let's go back. Give Andrew his due. Okay, they start down. Andrew gets kind of a scissor sweep.
I like how Andrew's walking his leg up towards the middle, like trying to bring his right leg towards Ben's left side. That really opens up Ben's legs and kind of forces him to unlock.
Yeah, and almost like starts to get Ben's knees pointing in that direction.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh, steps right up to the mounted triangle. What's up, Yosef?
Yeah, I'm back. I think just in time for Matt to leave.
Yeah, I won't be here Sunday or next Wednesday.
But I will.
Guy on the left taking a break.
Yep.
That was a really great triangle finish from Andrew.
Yeah, it was.
Great entry. Head down. That'll make your legs light enough to start making them maneuverable, and if not, he comes off to the side like this. He's on a bit of a... Nah, he's on a good angle.
Oh, he went for the arm. That was a good transition.
Yeah, I think Ben might know if Ben starts to stack here, he's just gonna put himself deeper into the triangle. So he's hanging out there, he's got his arms connected, but yeah, Andrew makes a good adjustment and attacks a pretty easy Kimura.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have both of us for too long. You can't spoil you guys. We got big old one ab here. Trying to take a page out of Joe Baker's book. smack to the face and then shoot a double real quick. Joe, how you healing up, buddy? Nick shoots on a single, but good defense from Luke. Setting up
Really
a standing
nice.
guillotine. Ooh, nasty.
Yeah, high wrist, high elbow.
Just want to see where that...
There.
Yeah. Yeah, so see how Luke is really... I mean, Luke's got, you know, fairly long arms, so he doesn't have to really send it through. But notice how his head is off to one side of the center line here. So if that's Nick's center line, his head is on the same side as where he's like diving his arm through. That allows him to get that hand up real high. I mean, shit, look how high his hand is.
I think he winds up switching his hands. Yeah, he
Oh,
goes
he
for
does?
over the body grip. Yeah.
You're right, you're right.
And then that's where he hits it.
Ah.
So Nick did like everything pretty well right. He did everything right in that, you know, going for that single leg, right? Like he went and grabbed the leg, his head was on the inside. But this is where like Luke is very keen on keeping the head where, you know, off to the side of the body. If Nick is able to get the head up the middle, it's very difficult for Luke to really set up a strangle or to stop the double leg other than just down blocking. Right. So here he's able to get Nick's head off to the left side by kind of circling around. Also notice that Luke is not stopping the movement, right? Like he's using the movement in order to send the head from one side or the other. This is where I think a lot of people mess up in the standing game, is they try to make everything very static instead of keeping the motion.
Yeah, I think Nick's best bet to get out of that would have been climbing the body, because he's not going to get Luke bent in this direction like you typically do with the arm up over the shoulder. He would have had to start climbing him like I like to do when people try to guillotine me. But I don't know how easy that is for people above 150 pounds. So I'm sure Luke would have hated it. His knees probably wouldn't have enjoyed that.
Yeah, right.
Really, really trying to avoid Cole getting my posture broken down here. That's, I mean, I've said it before, that's the number one way he gets takedowns, especially against me. I mean, he already has height on me, so from here, I know I'm in trouble. And it's just get out of there, get out, get an underhook in to keep him at bay. Make sure he's not going to shoot in on any hip throws or Uchimatas or anything. And now I'm just really trying to get out of there. I don't know if I was successful at this point. There we go.
Doing a good job with the hand fighting, going to that. What I like about what you're doing against Cole, and just to take note of this for those of you guys watching, but look how Matt is putting his arm almost like committing across the body to prevent his arm from getting trapped up against Cole's side. Can you go back to that real quick?
Yeah.
Like, so Cole's going to hit this overhook like a whizzer. And as soon as Matt feels like his arm is going to get trapped behind the back, he's immediately pummeling that right arm in front.
And
this can be dangerous
with it.
Yeah, it can be a dangerous thing because your back is exposed, and you know there's the potential of an arm drag here, but that's not necessarily what Cole is after. And so by framing the hip, like Matt's saying here, against that far hip, it gives him a little bit of space to where he can start actively pummeling and getting into a better spot.
Yeah, I think Cole's, just to further your point, Cole's best bet here would be to throw me, you know, in this direction with an arm drag to get full back exposure. But the way he's gripping my arm, he's kind of committed to it, so I don't think I was too concerned with that threat. You know,
I agree.
It's almost like you get a double wrist, you know, like a Kimura style grip or something.
Yep.
Yeah, now 4-pointing to stay up-ish. Just
grabbing
trying to not let him
leg.
snap me down.
Yep. Grabbing the leg to try and help him not advance or prevent him from advancing.
Yeah, here kind of threatening the rolling knee bar. He's like, yeah, right. He gets me broken down. Luke on his own single leg now. And Nick answers with a Kimura counter. Oh, man. Scrambly from Luke. That was the right idea from Nick. This was really nice. I think just gets a little loose here. Like, tighten all this up, Nick. Like, you've got something here. Try to get his arm pinned to your chest. And this leg in between Luke's legs. I'm fairly confident that would have made that roll a little bit more successful. A lot of times that leg is already caught. I don't know. I know why this leg is out here, because people tend to use that outside position as a way to shut down a single leg. All it really does is take away the option to like run the pipe for the finish. But it doesn't fully prevent a takedown. In fact, like, if Luke could get his posture back, he has a very, very easy inside trip. So it's not like it's a sure thing to have that leg on that far side. I would kind of reinsert it to use it as a butterfly hook and elevate and turn my opponent. Luke does really good to keep his knees in there, and that pretty much shuts down Nick's ability to get on top and make it smooth. Kimura guy sucks. Dave Portnoy. The Dave Portnoy? If you're talking about Nick, this is the Kimura guy. This guy? Yeah, he sucks. But he tapped me the other day. Luke looking for Hunter. Not Hunter, Hunter. Well, Hunter, you can watch me almost break Cole's leg here and mercifully explain to him why I let my grip go. No, I don't think Dave Portnoy is Nick, man. I'd imagine one of Nick's friends, maybe. He's also the president of Barstool Sports, dude. Get with it. Didn't know you were into jiu-jitsu. So getting myself into like 50-50 here. Joe Baker, avert your eyes. Because this is a very similar position to when your knee got popped, or when it made that sound that turned out to not be a pop. But I was really worried about Cole kind of leaning forward towards this because I had full heel exposure here. So as I'm crunched up here, it's going to be hard for me to extend, but I'm not trying to like get a pop here. So I kind of go with it, let it go, and then stop and say, all right, let's just review this real quick. So that's what happens there. You and Andre over there.
That was, yeah, a really strange ankle lock to where he was like super bendy and goes up to try and take my back from the full ankle lock here.
Oh God.
And he goes up and he like tries to lock it up, and I'm like, this is really tight. I'm not gonna let it go.
Those Russians, man.
Yeah.
They're all bendy. Yeah, it's a silent T, Hunter. Did he tap or did you just let it go?
No, he tapped.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that just had me scared for his knee.
I couldn't let go at that point. Like,
Yeah.
even when he grabbed my neck, like my arm was trapped and everything. And but he eventually tapped.
All right, so Nick dealing with Luke's half guard. Notice Luke's knee position there, making it very difficult for Nick to advance, right? Normally you like to kind of hide the bottom opponent's knee with your knee. It's one of the many little battles that can go on in that half guard fight. So Luke locks up his own Kimura. He's very dangerous from here with that. Yeah, gets the roll. And now he's on
He's gonna
to
keep going.
onto the straight arm. And he gets it.
Yep, got it.
So Cole, you had mentioned after this roll, just like some of the guard passing stuff I was doing. I just want you to notice, like, it's really just the same fundamental stuff I always try to do. Here you've got inside this inside leg, the one between you and I, you've got that knee position. So I don't have my good like elbow knee connection that I like, but I think I'm utilizing a hand push with my left hand, the one you can't see right now, hand to the knee. And then as soon as I get that out of the way, you can see my hand push in there. I immediately crowd that space, crowd your hip with my right leg, and then settle in. Start trying to address the frames up by my shoulders and my neck and whatever. Crowd in behind your legs if I need to. Take Cole's ankle out so we won't mess with our Okay, I can do that. How funny would it be if Cole had one skinny leg because he couldn't train it?
Instead of 2 skinny legs.
Yeah. Got him. Got him. Yeah, that'd be a step up for him. Oh, we got Jackson taking the rolling back take to Cooper. Love it. And then Cole, another point, you'll see me really just do the same hand push again, but drop my hips once I get the leg out of the way. I think it comes up here. Crowding into the legs, a little leg riding position right there. Super quick. Just pointed out because we talked about it, but so hand to the knee, get your leg out of the way and just drop my hip as fast as I can before that leg can circle back in. Super, super simple. Really doesn't take much in the way of setups or anything like that. Nick onward, trying to maybe get some hooks in or break down Luke's turtle position. How does Cole mess with your desk? What does he do? And why are you guys not doing it back to him? Don't let his
Don't talk about it.
Oh, it's that bad. So why is my desk so sticky? We got Coop getting put down. Now Cole with Luke. And you and Andrew.
Yeah, but then we take a short break till the timer goes back on. Yeah. Here you die.
Just a good example of some whizzer pressure against Coop. So Coop's coming up from bottom half guard. He's got a great grip over the back. But I throw on the whizzer, and just, for anybody who wonders why it doesn't work for them, it's just because you're not really using your shoulder. I put Cooper's head on the ground with my shoulder pressure here, right there. That's how you utilize a whizzer. I honestly, right before, I'm showing like a poor example of it. Like my head's lower than Cooper's, it shouldn't be, but I plant my hand, I get my head height, and then I put his head down, and I could start compromising his position. Better to see in a standing situation, like a dogfight position. But yeah, keep that in mind when you guys are attacking underhooks with overhooks. Kind of like Luke is trying to do right now. Looking for the double underhook sweep. Cole, I saw it. Just not as much commitment to the motion that you needed from Luke.
Good tracking though. I mean, with your hooks, not letting them pass immediately. He did a lot. He did a couple of really quick hip switches, and you're able to track him really well.
What was in it?
And here you're about to lose that. Yeah.
Yeah, getting stretched out here.
Well, yeah. Luke's doing a good job of capturing that far leg and kind of create it almost like a cradle.
I mean, Cole, you're doing a Doing a good
Doing a
job
really
making
good
this
job keeping
difficult.
that right on. Yeah, that right leg in. There. Yeah.
Got Ronnie flattening out Nick from top half guard, threatening the arm-in guillotine, which probably isn't going to result in a tap, but it will result in a reaction that will help Ronnie pass the guard. It's normally what you're going to try to do with that guillotine. Luke going surfing.
Can you go back maybe 10, 15 seconds? Me and Andrew are up here underneath the speaker. And I was
an armbar.
coaching. Yeah, I was coaching through. He was going and throwing his legs over to try and go for a triangle, but my arm was already stuffed in, right? Like my arm was already in.
Oh, you got
my left arm.
Yeah, you got your figure four kind of grip.
So I was coaching him. I was like, I think you should transition. You know, do exactly what you're doing now. Just throw your leg over my face and go straight for the arm. And I couldn't see what he was doing from here, but go ahead and pause it. Can go back a few more frames, and you can see the reason right here why the armbar's failing, and or it fails eventually. So Andrew, I don't think you're on right now, but if you watch this over again, you can tell, I can tell right here that your chest is really far. Number one, your elbow isn't all the way deep into the crook of my elbow. I can see that from here. So you've got kind of forearm to wrist action going on to catch my elbow. I would prefer to see it all the way in. And then the second thing that I'm seeing is that your chest is really far away from my elbow. So by shoring both of those things up, I can't really, even though if I get up and I start turning like I do for this turning escape, my elbow doesn't really have anywhere to go if you cover it up with your chest, right? And you can always use your left leg or your cross-face leg in order to put me back down. Here, I'm able to slip the arm pretty easily. You can see my right arm has already slipped out and I'm coming back up on top. I really think by those two things, elbow deep and covering up with your chest, I think that would really help you with the finish to the armbar.
Yeah.
But he goes back and he goes into his original plan here and goes for a triangle, which was so
dangerous.
Deep.
Yeah.
I almost went out here. I tapped early from what I thought, but I almost went out. When I got up, I was lightheaded. I was like, oh, okay. That was tight.
Did Ronnie get anything here? No? She's letting the head go, I guess. All right, Luke, into this like modified mount position, almost to a mounted triangle. There he backs off from the shin across the bicep. Cole captures the ankle. Gotta get that elbow inside the knee to then capture the knee. But legs come open. Luke's back to mount. That works. All right, there you go. Got a knee in. Got your guard back.
Over under.
Pinch headlock. Yeah. Looks like you're taking Andrew to task for tapping you out.
Yeah, I wanted to get him in the exact same thing that I was trying to coach him.
This is interesting. You go from deep in this to attacking him pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so here I didn't bait this. He actually set it up really well, but notice my left arm is completely interfering with the triangle again. And so my upper body is totally safe here. I feel good. And one of the hard things about committing to this triangle when somebody's about to escape is that you have a leg drag right when I escape from this. You'll see that I can immediately grab his top leg and I'll leg drag him past.
Yeah. What's up, Andrew? Yeah, definitely rewatch.
Andrew?
Mike just had some good tips about the armbar that you were working on before you got him with the rear triangle.
Yep.
Luke with the guard pass. Cole gets
Nick's
safe
on
there.
Ronnie's back.
Yep.
Has he been on her back for a while?
I think he just got there.
Okay.
Yeah, Ronnie turtles up. So she leaves space and he's able to get the foot in.
Okay.
I just want to see what I did to Coop. Because I get Coop in a north, or I'm sorry, in an armbar here. And he's able to stack into me, but I mean, my leg's not in the best position. My knee's like at the point of his chin, should be up by his ear. There it gets a little bit better, but now I'm starting to invert through, grab the waist, pull him over, and I'm able to set him back down. And then go back to my grip breaking.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, dude. Cole will hang out in north-south, and you gotta snap him out of it sometimes. It's like, you're supposed to be fighting here, right, buddy?
So we'll see if I follow my own advice. I'm going in elbow deep on the arm, and I'm not leaving any gap here on Andrew between his elbow and my chest from the whole setup. So I step through. I try to go elbow deep.
Yeah, a little shallow.
Almost there. I'm a little shallow from what I would like.
And a little bit of a gap.
Readjust there.
Yeah.
Yep. Readjust there. Pulling in. And getting to the finish.
Slow and controlled.
Yep.
I mean, who doesn't, Inoki? Luke looking for some... I think what Cole would probably call a bullshit leg entry.
Yeah.
But stepping into cross-ashi, so this is funny. Luke's just kind of like, you know what? I'm done smashing upper body right now. It's like those legs look skinny and vulnerable. So he steps over, and then now all he has to do is step this leg in between, and then fall, bring his butt to like the side, and he'll be in cross-ashi. And then now immediately going down to control down by the foot, gets the ankle exposed or the heel exposed. He gets the tap right before the bell. All right, Cole and Andre, this is always a good one. Andre actually looking like he's trying to play Cole's game a little bit here. Falls or sits to this like double inside butterfly position, and it looked like he was looking for some connection to like a pinch headlock or something. Trying to get Cole elevated so he can move him. Got Ben down here with Coop behind you. And Danny quitting in my round and then coming back and training with a guy 60 pounds heavier than me. 70 depending on how much pizza he eats before class. What happened there?
I don't know what happened there. Oh, leg lock.
Interesting. So Cole gets the trip, but Andre quick on the as Cole sets up. Gets his foot caught in the rash guard. And then locks up a quick Achilles grip here. So, I mean, gets a tap. Andre, the only points of advice I have to give you here, it's the same old tune for me, like keeping your chin and your hands close. Again, not super essential. You're obviously getting enough of a bend in the foot here, but if it doesn't work, if Cole resisted this or like fought through it, that would be the first thing I would try to hit or try to modify and fix here. A belly up straight ankle. Yes, sir. Yeah, I know that it is Inoki. It's kind of weird because as you bend, you obviously want to be able to bend into something with your back on the mat. That kind of limits how far you can straighten out here. I assume Cole was just like, yeah, whatever. Also, your foot's caught in my rash guard, and I don't want people to see my back for whatever reason. Doesn't want people seeing his tramp stamp. Andre moving quick, reminding us all that he's young.
Yeah.
Just skipping right into mount here. Cole's doing okay.
Now inside control.
Look at I can't tell if Danny is about to tap or what. Like, watch this. He's going typically he would go for a Darce here.
Yeah.
Is this the stuff that you were saying Nick does well?
Yes.
Okay. I've just never heard
Coyote Guard.
I've just never heard of it referred to as Coyote Guard. That's what threw me. But yeah, I like this. Works really well for him. And I'm like,
that's not exactly the Coyote Guard. It's more or less like when people go in a little too deep for the pass.
Yeah.
Is what he was doing there. But yeah, he does a different thing. He has a different configuration with his knees.
okay.
I gotta play with it. I really have to understand it a little bit better.
Okay, is that you and Luke over there?
Yeah. Yeah, we're still doing leg attacks and stuff.
Yeah, he's really trying for a straight ankle here.
He's already gotten me a couple of times. I can't remember, or one time for sure. And here I'm like going on a counter attack. And I thought I had it too. But he switched.
He is a
yeah, he switches.
He's trying to address it, but yeah, you kind of lose the knee. Roid bumps. Like, is that like back knee? Cole.
Oh, dude, he's gonna get a really good calf slicer on me.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, it's like a big. It's actually like a back stretch, but you'll see it looks nasty on camera.
Cole just about had a quick guard pass there, but Andre addressed it very, very early. So as Cole goes to settle in, Andre kind of ghost escapes. Go back to what?
Escape and pass attempt.
I mean, isn't that what I just showed? Is the chat lagging right now? That bad? I don't know how far back you want, but
I think that was it.
I feel like that had to be it. Because, see, maybe a pin escape here. Okay, so, yeah. I mean, that's Cole's escape, and then onto that quick knee cut.
Yep.
Ish. Yeah, no, I mean, that was good, man. You didn't have enough control over his shoulder line, so like he was just able to get the turn on you. That's all.
Yeah, you can pass like that as long as you don't commit too hard, right, and give up your back in the meantime. But if you are gonna take like that like the collar tie, almost club down, I call it. I see a lot of wrestlers do it where they will hit that collar tie and then push on the knee in order to try and kind of collapse you down and spin you around.
Yeah.
You could do that, but you have to transition to north-south and get chest to chest like ASAP. If you can't hit north-south, then you need to just keep going like you did and go for a different pass. Ultimately, I'd like to see you hit that underhook and get the underhook on that far side. But when you're trying to go with somebody like Andre, who's lightning fast, I can see the impetus to go faster. What's up, Sean?
How's it going, buddy? Sorry, I was pointing out while you were talking the calf slicer attempt here from Luke.
Oh, it wasn't an attempt. It was full on miserable. You'll see. So his shin goes in really shallow. Like it starts out okay, and I'm like, all right, well, I think I can manage through this. but then he chases me up, and he gets this really shallow calf slicer. If you go a little bit further, you'll see me turn. He's telling me now, he's like, are we doing this? And I'm like, dude, I'm fine.
It's like, yeah, because I'm not attacking it yet. Ugh.
Yeah. It looks really small on my side. Yeah, but my leg is like fully torqued up, but his leg was... See how far up my calf it is? Like down towards my ankle?
Yeah.
Like that. So it really was just, at this point, my back was like completely arched and twisted and stuff. So I was like, I'm done. I'm not going to sit here for long. I'm not getting out. There's no way I'm getting out.
Yeah, he doesn't have this foot stepping on this foot to keep it into the back of the knee. Yeah, that's this makes me extremely uncomfortable. I don't like watching this.
You see how quick my leg just snapped back
yeah.
Place? It's just like, yeah, you're not supposed to be there.
What is impetus?
Yeah.
Cole. Impinos. Cole, you were Inoki gave you a task for next week, man. You got to practice. How awesome would it be to see Cole actually do like a full-on backflip pass, like Giant Slayer style backflip pass?
Dude,
that'd be insane.
You should do it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way to make me tap faster than by making me think my spine is in trouble. I will, if you want the match, attack my spine some way, I'll tap with all 4 limbs and give you a verbal tap. I don't mess with that. That's how you end up like this guy. Cole settling in now to mount. Nick almost getting to mount.
Can you go back to that grip that Cole wound? Yeah, so go back. Andre's going to bump him off, and I want to see what Cole's arm grip was.
Was it before?
Yeah, no, right here. He turns over, takes bottom position, and then Cole goes in and tries to take a mount here, and then Andre gives him a big bump.
Andre has a knee in, barely.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that's not going to do anything.
Big hug. Winds up bumping him.
There's the knee out.
Right here. There.
Yeah.
And so Cole, that grip that you had on the arm is prime for you to step around and hit an armbar. Essentially what you have set up is like a step around armbar. If you keep that grip, it's really deep, you're elbow deep on that, and all you would need to do is walk your knees around to Andre's back, and you would have the beginnings of either a back take or an armbar. You could set up Kimuras from there. There's a lot that you can do from that position.
Yeah, keeping his shoulder up off the mat here is going to be essential for all that, right?
Yep.
The fact that he can swing his legs around and get his back flat to the mat and spin through that is what lets this escape happen. So if you stay really engaged, almost like you're trying to pick him up, that's what's going to keep him exposed to that threat. Nick making Danny suffer a little bit. Trying to push whatever disc slipped out of Danny's lower back into position through the front. Good control of the legs. Meanwhile, Ben and Coop have been over here getting after it. Coop looking to attack Kimura. Ben, you got to get your posture back. There we go. And now Coop looking for a push-pull triangle, I bet. Doesn't pull the trigger. Right at the end.
Nick smashes me.
Yeah, I can't let Nick get to a top position. It's basically almost impossible for me to sweep him at this point. He shuts him down pretty well, pretty effectively.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going for Kimuras on him, and to no avail. Like, couldn't really set anything up.
Yeah, good luck getting his arm.
Yeah.
Anytime I try to go on Kimuras with him from a bottom position, it's not even a whisper of a chance that I get it. So I'm back to looking for this like underhook, like over under position and foot sweeping on Andrew. Luke turned the tide of that pretty quickly. Luke in his favorite position. Little bump with the shins. Top position. Yeah. Right here is Cole. Andrew also looking for some foot sweeps. Man, Cole getting roasted in the chat today. Cole, why'd you quit running? You were running in the dead of summer. You're running to Chick-fil-A, but like you were still running. His knockoff pitties. That was such a chase for Andrew's back. So switch to body lock grip, trying to run to the back. Andrew doing a good job circling back towards me. This is how Caleb's orbital got shattered, kind of, with the other arm. But it works, right? Or it can work. It's viable. Swing him down to the mat, and now it's just a battle for hip height, right? We see this a lot in these scrambles. I get my hips up higher. I prevent him from hitting like a little Uchimata on the knees. Hip height wins it. Then I can start to settle in. Catch my breath. Andrew looking for a Rimiashi, but I turn it into a cross ashi position. Now I just got to get the legs untangled, and I could go on to attack the heel hook. Kind of trying a Mikey lock right now. I know those haven't been popular since the one or two times Mikey did it, but here holding the toe line, probably don't even have like the right grip, but right here holding the toe line, now I can hip in across the knee, pull the toes back this way, and apply some pretty nasty pressure. But he runs second leg interference, and I have to vary my grip, so dive through onto a regular heel hook grip and get the good old classic standby inside heel hook.
So Nick is doing a really good job. I was able to roll through a back take attempt and get into a leg, and he's employing exactly what we did in class that day, which is running interference with the secondary leg here, putting the feet together in order for me to not be able to set up any sort of really effective grip. So he did a really good job here. I don't think that leg locks are what he came in very familiar with, maybe.
Nah, but he's working on them.
He's doing well. That was really good.
Andre trying to break down Ronnie's turtle over there. He gets the leg. Gobbled up. Gets the turn. Bottom hook. Just about has the top hook. That's nice. Good. I'm glad you'll be back,
Yep.
even if you can't train yet. Can you breathe out of your nose yet? Or is it still like all full of like gauze and scabs and stuff? Nick smashing by your guard. He needs to crowd that left knee into the hip.
Yep.
Man, a rare Katagatame for me. So pressuring from that kind of tripod style of passing. I don't claim to know anything about that. I know that's a big Joseph Chen style that he's popularized right now. I just felt comfortable enough to have a base here, and I just had to get my leg free. So leg pummel to get it free, quick hip switch to get by the leg, and then now really yanking my arm into position on that grip, not going flat until I'm ready. Like I don't want to get here and then feel like I have to adjust my grip. So I take all the time I need to get my grip to where I want it before I flatten out. And then here, just trust the grip before adjusting and letting Andrew get free somehow. Yeah, just come on a Monday, and when class ends at 9:30 and you get home at 10, just say, we really had to crank out some stuff today, sweetie. Had to pull a 13-hour day.
Is the inside knee just to block his hips?
Yes. On the Katagatame, I think you're talking about. Yes.
I think so. Yep.
So like the way a lot of guys I think initially learn this is they flatten out completely, they extend this leg, and then they walk around like the hands of a clock. Problem with that is your opponent can just follow you. So all the effort you're putting into creating an angle between you and your opponent, you're not doing anything to stop them from shutting that down. The key though is you don't really need that much of an angle. If you, like I said, if you take the time to do everything to get your grip nice and tight, the angle is less important. It's still, I think, a crucial part of it. You don't always need it. Luke will tap me with being in mount with a good Katagatame, which is no angle at all. But I want every little bit I can get. So instead of walking away from them, I just I wedge their hips in place with this knee. And then now you could see, I'll get fancy with my arrows here. You could see the angle between he and I good enough, right? That's what I'm looking for right here. I don't need anything major. I hope that answers your question.
12. All I'm looking for is a way to slow him down, and it doesn't work. Sometimes you can turn people over if you can get a Kimura grip from side control. You can actually start to turn them over, get their head buried down to the mat, and flip them over that way. Nick wasn't falling for this. I basically was just trying to put a brake on there, like in terms of like preventing him from making any forward progress, so that way I could hopefully get my hips out in a way to regard. But he wasn't having it. He crowded me out right there with that left knee, and I lost the Kimura grip. It was a last-ditch effort.
I feel like that would work in a white belt. I don't think Nick's gonna fall for that.
No.
Andrew Oh yeah, this was I liked this takedown from Andrew. Super simple, just um, like a, call it a Kasoto Gari basically. Like he just kind of steps around my leg right there, and then as he gets me stepping back, he continues forward, crowds in behind my leg, and like my left leg just basically flies off the ground, and I had no base at that point. He was able
That was
to.
nice.
Yeah, it was very, very simple. He just kept me moving. I think that's the key for 99% of takedowns is you don't just attack a leg and they fall, right? You have to constantly keep them moving to get the position. Nick knows he's up on points, about 12 to 0 on that match, let's say.
Yeah.
I don't know. Coop bringing the heat. I really wanted to work more of the over-under stuff with Nick, but I don't know how I feel about doing it with guys who are significantly taller than me. Yeah, I agree, Inoki. I think that'd be a good thing for him to add into his game. He's got plenty of time as a new blue belt to start building some good offense. I think that'd be something cool. See him start working a nasty clamp guard. Here's just kind of a low single. I don't even really, my knees don't even hit the ground. It's just a low snatch single down by the ankle. Stand up with it. Nick says, okay. Yeah, man, getting caught in Cooper's triangles and now Darce's.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, he's really growing into his own game now, which is awesome. I mean, hell, Cooper's been rolling with us for, I don't know, 3 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I may have been taller than him at one point when we trained. Now he's 7 foot. Weighs less than me though, so that's cool.
I actually had to switch to a rear naked style grip in order to finish that Katagatame on him.
Got that skinny neck.
Small, yeah.
See that gable grip there.
Yep. And I was like, I would have to squeeze way too hard. And so I just kind of folded it over and yeah.
Why do you look more
so
tired after that?
I was so tired. I was dead. This was my first day back after like a 3-week hiatus or whatever. I was exhausted.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Joe, is your question when going against bigger partners, what are higher percentage takedowns? I don't know. That's,
I think it depends on what your highest percentage takedown is in general. For me, I like single legs and doubles.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a good answer for that. I mean, so yeah, you and Caleb as an example. Well, I'm smaller than you. Caleb's a hell of a lot bigger than me. I've taken down Caleb with foot sweeps more times than I could count. Does that mean they're the best high percentage move? Not necessarily. It's just something I really like and have worked on a lot, and I don't want to say specialize in, but like that's one of my plan A things to try to hit on people. So regardless of size, it kind of comes down to what your game is. You have spent, I think, the last year working a lot on your singles and your doubles. So you have to think, how do I make the game that I already play work better against bigger guys? You know, so against someone like Caleb, like I don't want to wear that weight on his sprawl. So I'm really going to make sure that I'm effective with my sweep singles, where I sweep to the outside and I cut that 90 degrees, so he doesn't just sprawl and force me into turtle and I've got to wear his weight or 4 point up or whatever. You're probably not going to blast double Caleb, so just keep that in mind. You just had your nose fixed, so I don't want you to smash into him and and ruin your face. But yeah, it's you got to think about the game you play and how can you make it better against guys who are a little bit more difficult to move. What is it?
Slacks, it depends on the person.
Favorite
Some people
mount.
prefer bottom game. Some people prefer top. I'll play a good mix of both. Depends on who I'm training against and how I'm feeling that day.
I mean, the preference here as far as favoring mount or guard, I'm always going to favor. I don't know if I follow your question, because I mean, mount's like the best or second best position you could be in, whereas guard, you're not really. I mean, you could play offensively for there. I'd rather take a position where I'm pinning my opponent and work offense than working offense from my back.
Yeah, generally speaking, from a guard, you're trying to look to sweep in order to get into the top position, which would be like mount or whatever. So I would say generally I play guard with the attempt to, or with the goal in mind of getting on top into mount.
Yeah.
And finishing from there. And then Inoki, yes, we are no gi only. We had a bout, or we've done gi before. I mean, we were gi all the way through brown belt, me and Matt, and then we switched. Was it last year? It's been 2 years now.
I wish I had the date. Yeah, but it's been probably around 2 years now.
We had a lot of no shows on our gi days and couldn't get training partners to show up. So we wound up switching to no gi and got a lot better attendance.
Yeah. And Sean, yeah, that is honestly not a terrible strategy. Just pulling guard, especially against bigger opponents, which I do sometimes. The days, damn, I was on Nick's back for a minute here. So I go Katagatame. I was just trying to see when I got to his back. He folds up and away, and we stay on. Okay, cool.
I think no-gi is I think it's more fun personally, Sean. I agree, and I think it's a little bit faster paced too. At least for our school, it was.
I just trained in the gi yesterday with Jason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he was always a gi aficionado. He enjoyed playing De La Riva. So I told him, and anybody listening, my gi is always in the coach's office, so I will train with anybody in the gi whenever they want. Happy to do it. It's just not really requested frequently, so I don't do it. But he took me up on it. He brought his gi.
Nice.
I was like, hell yeah, man, let's get around. And now I can't bend my hands at all. They're just stuck.
I was
like
gonna
this.
say, that's really the biggest thing for me. Is my hands always feel it the next day.
Yeah. One round is whatever. My hands are totally fine. But if I had to do it for 60 minutes, I'm gonna end up doing a lot of like no-gi style gripping.
Yeah.
And if it worked for Jean-Jacques Machado, then I think that's fine too. I mean, he was a gi player with
bar.
No hand. Yeah. Yes, spider guard. Yeah, man. So Nick tries to roll out of this. Well, I think I'm talking some shit here if I remember correctly, because I was in the three-quarter armbar, and this is actually, so I think we were talking a few streams ago about leg position, and like what we favor, like what works really well. And here you can see a really great example of what I like. So here I'm in a full armbar, right? One leg over the body, one leg over the head. My left leg switches there. Stacks was talking about this with us. So now I've crossed my ankles up into the neck. This is a 3/4 armbar. And then now I'm going on to attack the grip. I'm really back heeling in. Nick goes to do a running man, or a hitchhiker escape. With a 3/4 armbar, it's not as easy to complete that. I'm able to roll with it. He probably could have gotten out there, if I'm being honest. But then now that we're in this stacked up position and my legs are crossed up over his neck, it's pretty easy for me to switch this into a triangle in the event of a stack. So then now I can get the arm extension or the triangle. So that all came from leg position. 2 hour class with our gi. Yeah, I mean, we essentially did that too. Like the way our classes are structured, it's an hour advanced class and then an hour fundamentals class and then an hour open mat. So if you are there for the full run, it's 3 hours. Fundamentals is obviously a little bit easier. That's where we just do specific drilling. Advanced class is 60 minutes of positional sparring. So you're gonna be sweaty by the end of it. That's the thing, man. I still like gi. I favor no gi, but it is fun to get it out and like try to remember collar grips and or collar chokes and stuff. I was trying to hit a cross collar strangle on Jason yesterday. He wouldn't let me do it. Oh yeah, you're telling me, man. Summer when our AC unit can't keep up with the space and the multiple people in the room sweating their asses off. Yeah. Every place we've ever trained in the summer, like the AC unit always eventually cuts out or just can't keep up. Again, looking for my over-under stuff with Luke, but I mean, speaking of, what we were just talking about with Joe about keeping people moving on these takedowns, like Luke is constantly chasing me, not letting me get any sort of real connection that I want to use. I'm getting pretty sick of all of you climbing my back lately too. Andrew started this like a week or two ago, and then now Luke's looking for it. Who the hell? Cole did this to me earlier. He almost climbed my back. I'm getting real tired of it.
105. Oh my god. Is that? I mean, I've got to assume that's ambient temperature outside, right?
God damn.
That is insane.
Are you? I heard Arizona. I think
yeah.
Phoenix just had their 100th day of over 100 temperatures or something like that. Like,
that's incredible.
Out west is bad right now, dude. Luke with the quick Katagatame. This is so. I got to point this out because I hate this. But you guys should be aware that it's an option. I'm going into cross ashi on Luke, gathering the second leg. But Luke loves to throw in this. He finds a Katagatame here. He's got my head and arm. He puts me down. He straightens his legs out. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yep.
Tap early on that.
That sounds miserable. But also, I would probably train too.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I'm not going to not train because of the temperature. But it would suck. I would just drink more water.
Yeah.
Shut up, Baker.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that sucks, man. That's got to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've got nice big fans to keep the air moving, but before we had those installed, it would get pretty bad.
That was a nice single leg snatch that you got. It was the same one that you done on Andrew, pretty much.
Yeah, or Nick too.
And Nick. Okay.
I was so pissed. I just I was going for. You could see me looking to break the knee down, and then I was gonna try to drag him backwards, and he just
turns the knee down and slips out. Yep.
Shark Tanked.
Nice.
I was just talking about that yesterday with one of our students. He had heard about those sorts of shenanigans, and I was like, oh yeah, dude. We don't do anything like that, really. Well, incidentally, Danny showed up and was Mitchell showed up later, but when it was you, me, and Luke on Sunday, it was like just all black belts, and then Danny's like, what the hell? Where are all the white belts on the open mat? It's fun. It builds character, Inoki.
Oh, yeah.
It's totally good for you. Luke, I thought was setting up for the rolling back take, the ninja roll there, which I'm always ready for. I love it when you guys try to hit that on me because it's so easy to slip the leg and then either turn it into a scramble or into my own leg entanglement.
He looks like he's thinking about setting it up, but he looks also like he's just trying to bait something.
Yeah.
Which he just baits that pass.
Yeah, it's the Darce that he's threatening, which I'm
Yeah.
not going to commit my arm deeper into when he's setting that up. So he's really trying to keep my arm, or control my arm to keep my shoulders on the mat. And then right there, just trying to prevent the back take. I'll take the mount as opposed to Luke being on my back. There with the beginnings of an ankle escape. But Luke's pretty good about shutting this down at this point with the trapped ankle. And then this is a really small detail, but like anytime you see this knee coming off the mat, it's time to go. So
Yeah.
right here, I have that leg inside, or I'm sorry, my elbow inside, my bottom arm, left elbow. See, I'm planting, like smearing my foot on the mat, planting, getting my hips up just barely, lifting his knee off the mat, and then sending my leg through to try to capture the knee. I don't quite get the knee captured, but I get Luke moving enough to where I could start to re-guard. Then my cup just about takes me out completely. Shout out Diamond MMA. Noki, thank you for the sub.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, it looks like he's out going for the Darce. You're not committing with your left arm.
3-hour gi seminar in Louisiana with Kron.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
Thought I was gonna die. Yeah, I'd imagine that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
The heat and humidity of Louisiana.
But Kron, that's got to be.
That's pretty sick.
That'd
I
be
would
pretty awesome.
definitely go to that.
Yeah.
You know what match I want to rewatch is Kron and Tonin.
Tonin.
So just one of like the
That's a good
classic
one.
epic matches.
ADCC. Yeah.
So not much doing there by the end of the round. Oh, guy on the left versus guy on the right.
That's it.
Thankfully, you're tired. You never seem to be tired when we roll, though. Regardless of how tired you say you are. I'm digging my leg out and putting me in some bullshit. That's sick. That's a good pedigree, man.
That is.
Little leg drag. Actually, I want to see that again.
We did ADCC.
So step around as you go to re-guard. I kind of guide that ankle by, step behind it, and then switch up from an ankle grip to a hook. And then now I could kind of work a heavy pass, but you do a good roll and lock up my leg, put me in bottom half guard. Yeah, ADCC, but we all were staring at our cell phones for half the weekend.
Yeah.
As was everybody else in Vegas. Like, if you went out to dinner, you just saw a bunch of guys at a table just staring at their cell phones. You knew they were there for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I don't remember this round.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
I'm
I
trying to
blacked
figure out what
out.
was going. I don't remember what was going through my head here.
I let up too easily on that pass there. Like, I just raised my shoulder up too much.
Yeah,
And you get...
I just pummeled my left knee back in.
Yeah, and this is what you're looking for all the time. My leg tucked in under yours, and you're like, all right,
Yep.
I'm gonna rip it out now. This used to shut it down, man. Like you used to get stuck here, and now you're really, really good at off
I
balancing.
look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look for it now. It's a weird configuration that we get trapped in here. I go for this like over under. I was thinking that I was going to be able to possibly sweep here, but you cut your hips
I was looking for the
to
body
your
lock.
right. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Because I knew I had that leg shelved, so you'll see me trying to get my left leg behind your shin,
Gotcha.
but you were keeping your leg engaged. So like right there, I was trying to sneak in behind your, or like in front of your foot.
Gotcha.
And then now with your grip, you're keeping me off balance to where I can't really commit my base to it. And now it's like, all right, get out. And Cole, that was more to our discussion the other day too. Like, I'm losing this battle. Like, I'm trying to go for something, it's not working. And Mike's starting to get grip superiority on me. So it's like, all right, I need to bail and reassess and look for new options. Go back to what I'm good at, looser passing, as opposed to tight passing against someone bigger than me. Hell yeah, man. That's kind of a perfect Saturday. It's too bad that only happens every 2 years.
2 years, yeah. Yeah, so now we're in that same situation.
Yeah.
To where you're pummeling your foot underneath my thigh, but I'm using it in order to try and go in for a leg entanglement. You wind up getting into cross ashi here, and we go through some pretty awesome roll throughs.
Yeah, I need to look at this. So, because this was really, really interesting. As I set up cross ashi, I'm gonna hide your head for a second. As we go, you turn with it, right? This is the way you want to turn to keep the heel hidden, right? So as you turn, I kind of stumble into this opportunity. My legs aren't in a great spot. I don't have your leg locked up the way I want it, but I stumble into this opportunity to get your legs crossed.
Yep.
And that was like the first time where I was like, oh, wait a minute. There's something to play with here. Yeah. So here I switched to cross ashi on the other leg. And then same deal. We turned through, and then now I really like what I got. This isn't cross ashi again. But this is like 50-50 with your legs crossed.
Cross legs. That's right.
And I have a clear shot on that ankle.
That's right.
But I'm not sure. I mean, like, this is the problem. Like, I'm kind of elbowing down on this foot to keep it in place. I have to get my grip together, which means I have to let go of this. So like, I need to be quick on the exchange to be able to finish that grip. And then also at the same time, you're attacking my legs, which is the real reason why I let this go.
And like, once that happened, I knew that I didn't have anything, because I was really just going for your legs to try and disrupt your grip fight to get you off of my feet. And then once that happened, I was like, I gotta get up.
I absolutely love that Inoki and Sean are like, go for the double heel hook. Dude, that would be super sick. And if Mike was a white belt, I would 100% do that. It's just not gonna work on him. It's hard, dude. It's hard enough to get your heel, like just one singular heel, with my entire set of limbs trying to get it exposed.
Yeah,
you would never let me get a double heel hook, but I like the thought, guys. But yeah, that turn, I really want to look for this more as people turn to keep the heel hidden. Can I? It's like, yeah, even here, like, I want to try this with cross ashi, because I didn't get a good cross ashi. So from there, can I sit up in time to capture that leg and then now go on it? I feel like that was so close, but like, there's something to play with there. Gave you the finger guns. All right. That's a new bounty. I am going to look for that now. I used to think the double armbar was the pinnacle of embarrassing people.
Now the double heel hook.
Now the double heel hook with finger guns, or middle fingers. Double middle fingers would be nice too. Like, just stare right in the eyes, flip them the bird.
I remember this one now.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. So you went to go turtle up, and I wound up pummeling in between your legs to kind of like run a, I don't know what kind of grip it was, but I funneled my arm through your legs to try and get you turned back to your back.
Was this before, or is it coming?
No, it just happened. Oh. Yeah, maybe 20 seconds ago or 10 seconds ago.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see.
So go around to go to north-south. You do not want me to get in north-south. I want to stay there. So I just use my arm, elbow, like all the way deep as possible as I can.
Like
And
basically
I start crowding up.
a thigh pry, I think is what you could consider
Yeah.
that. Common in
Yeah.
wrestling.
Yeah, I have to be careful to not get my head and arm trapped with a triangle when I do that.
Yeah. Yeah, but even if you did, you'd address it. Like you're not gonna get caught in a deep triangle right away.
So now here I'm trying to figure out if you'll give me arms, which you never do. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna start exposing arms.
Yeah, there's the start of it. Got
Yep.
my elbow isolated. And I'm just looking
Feel
for
that.
ways to turn over, which that's why
Yep.
that's like the real fight here between us is you want me to stay flat, so you have to control my hips. But in controlling my hips, you can't attack my arms effectively.
Yep.
So if I go to
Exactly.
turn, you go to control my hips, and I can feel safe on the arm attack.
Yeah, it's one of us is gonna wear down. That's the hope, at least.
Yeah.
And then I go up to try to isolate the far arm, and I have that elbow, but you keep your elbows in so tight that I can't really ride up and expose that far arm. It looks like I can from this, but I know, being in the thick of it, that I cannot extend your arm away from your body.
You're doing a good job jamming your forearm across my neck, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That doesn't work
then
on me
here-
either, Inoki.
Here I chase the back.
I
That
kiss
was a
back.
fun roll through.
Yeah. Let's look at it again.
So the only reason this worked was my left arm found your left arm, and I was able to trap and slow the roll down just enough.
Yeah. And I didn't roll fast enough. Like, you didn't have the hooks in, and I could have continued that roll. I should have continued that roll. You can see right here, like, there wasn't, I wouldn't say you had enough control over the left side of my body,
No.
but now you do. Now you've got the grip on my forearm, and it's like, all right, I can't roll now. But briefly, as you know, those are those times in those scrambles that you can, like, roll out of this and get safe.
Yeah, it makes or breaks it for sure.
We're just 50 minutes into it, so this was awesome.
Dude, I wanted that so bad. I was like, I just want to stop. I don't care if it's 15 seconds.
I was just able to turn my head enough.
Yeah.
Turning your head is not a defense, but I did find some space in doing it. If I
Worked
turned
this
my
time.
head to the right, I was absolutely done. I would have gotten mandible strangled. But here I was able to turn my head to the left, get my chin down. And then as soon as you went to adjust, I'm like, oh, thank God. I can ride this out.
Yeah, I'm switching body triangles to try and maintain control too.
Rad. Great rounds.
You know?
And a great stream as well. Thank you guys for hanging out. Love the
Yeah,
chat. You
thank
guys
you.
are great. Oh, dude, gurgling, snoring. That's all there. It's all there. There's a reason we don't have sound on the stream, so you don't hear all that stuff and all the terrible
Yeah.
things we say to each other when we train.
Yeah.
Anoki, thank you again for the sub, or for the subscription.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it. Enjoy
Thank
your
you.
new flare. Like I forgot we got our little Mooresville BJJ line next to our 1 month
Oh, sick.
subscribers. So,
Nice.
yeah. Anybody else lurking in the chat? Please follow us. We always appreciate the support. If you like what you're seeing, if you get something out of it, consider subscribing. It helps us out, and we love to see that from you guys. So, hey man, that's what we're here for. We hope
That's
hope to get you in action as much as you possibly can and start beating up those black belts when they Shark Tank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. So November 23rd, you'll be hearing us talk about it for a while. We've got take it easy, Sean. See you next time. We got Naga Hickory coming up, so if you guys want to compete, let us know. We're gonna try to get a whole squad out there, so the more the merrier, and we'll get you guys trained up and ready for it. What else? Anything from you, man?
I don't think so.
Are you teaching anytime soon?
Some Saturday. I don't know if it's next Saturday or the following Saturday. I can't remember.
Okay. Yeah, I was checking the schedule earlier. I know We're going to be subbing in for a few classes, so we'll keep you guys posted on that. I will not be here on the stream next time, but guy on the right will be.
I'll manage it. Yeah.
So yeah, guys, join us again and keep the chat interesting like you always do. Yeah, follow on YouTube as well. We'll post this for you guys to review, and I think we'll leave it there. So go trim your nails and do your laundry, and don't be stinky, and we'll see you guys back on the mats. Later.
Later.